Morning, Kev from KRT Electrical Services. Today we are first fixing a kitchen and an extension housed at Essex. So this is an old kitchen. And then the client has had this extension built on the back and this other little extension built on the side, which is going to be a shower room. So yeah, we are first fixing this today. So first of all, we're having a cooker here, 600, another 600 unit, then a hob, and then two other, I think 600, 500 units. So we're probably going to put two gang sockets here, one gang socket here, and obviously the cooker supply. The cooker, or the oven, sorry, has got a unit underneath and a unit above. So we're probably going to put a bank of isolators for some other under-counter appliances and stuff which are going along here. And then along here we're having a small breakfast bar which has got a socket above and a tumble dryer underneath, so that's going to have an isolator above counter. And then in here we're putting 4 downlights, 1, 2, 3, 4, which are then also going to carry through into the kitchen. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In here, very quick, not much in here, we're putting 1 IP rated centre light in this shower room, and then we're putting the extractor up here, which is going to be vented out into the new soffit and fascia on the other side of that window. So yeah, just technical. I haven't got one of these rods yet, or the poles that go to the ceiling, so I get it to the level I want, and then but yeah, we're just in the process of marking all the units out, spacing the units and stuff, and then obviously marking what we want where, and then we'll crack on. So yeah, update. It's all marked out on this wall now. So we've got an oven outlet plate, which is then going to run down to an isolator. So the feed's going to come in here into an isolator, which is going to be in the bottom cupboard, up to the outlet plate, which will wire into an eye level oven. If we come over, 1 double there, centre of that 600 unit. Then we've got a hob, and up there we're going to have an extractor. So an extractor with a chimney, which will hide the socket in, and then we'll have an isolator again down in that unit over there. And then we're having 2 doubles here, so one here, 1 here. All the supply cable is going to run down, and then they're going to run across surface mounted behind the units, and then we're going to bring a feed up here into the ceiling, and then we're going to go around into the extension. We're in the fridge freezer here, so we're having a single 1 switch socket there, which will then come down into an isolator, or surface mounted into an isolator over here next to this double socket. And again, we're having a fuse connection unit here, which is going down because we're going to have a tumble dryer underneath this breakfast bar. So that's this bit all marked out. We're just going to get PP'd up and start chasing these sockets out, and then obviously bringing cables down the wall where they'll be surface mounted along here. So yeah, that's what I do. This is how I cut my sockets into all, drill several holes around where I want them, and then I use this spade bit to chase them out. I find that's potentially the neatest way of doing it, apart from sort of places like this where the wall just crumbles away already, but it is what it is. I mean, that's all going to be plastered and made good and behind kitchen, behind tiles and stuff anyway. So yeah, so I find that's how best to do it. Makes less mess. Yeah, normally the neatest way of doing it. So cooker outlet is going down into an isolator. 2 gang going down. It's going to run surface mounted along here, up to this one, down, up to this one, in zone through there to fridge. That's going to have an isolator, and then across there in zone to a 2 gang then a fuse connection unit which is going down to supply tumble dryer. So yeah, it's chased out. It's not too bad. Some of them are right, others have crumbled away a bit more, but it is what it is, you know. Important to note, these existing, they were proved dead prior to obviously drilling these and chasing these, because as you can see, these cables will run very shallow in line with my boxes, so it was proven dead because they are supplied by this old ring here, which I'm not using. I'm running my own circuit from the fuse board, which is up the top of the stairs. So we're running new circuit from there. It's going to have to go in the loft, into an airing cupboard which is above here, along through the bedroom, in the floor, and then come into the ceiling here, run across the ceiling. So we're going to have to take a bit of this ceiling out, and then in through there into zone, and then down to this first one here. So yeah, so important to say this this was proven dead, and this is going to be lost in the ceiling, because I think that ring supplies the rest of the house. So yeah, so we're going to put our new own circuit in, so we don't have to do anything with that. So yeah, so that's where we are. So we've done this side, and then we're going to mark out this side. So I think we're having a 2-gang socket here. This is going to be built out to cover these pipes, which they didn't want in the bathroom. So the builder's going to build a stud wall. So we're going to have a socket here. There's a larder unit going here. Then I believe there's a sink which has got a water softener underneath, so that needs a power supply. Now underneath the draining board of the sink, there's going to be a washing machine. Then next to that is going to be a dishwasher, and then mounted up there is going to be a boiler. So we'll get those feeds in now, mark those out, and then, as I say, chase them out and get those feeds in. So yeah, so we're getting along. While we're up here, I just thought I'd show you the fuse board. So this is an old property. I think it's about 100 years old, literally just around the corner from where I live. So a lot of these are TT. So yeah, there's an earth electrode out the front of the house, I think, which obviously I'll test the resistance and all that sort of jazz. But yeah, it's this fuse board, MK, it's metal, and there's plenty of scope for to extend in here. Obviously there's RCD protection on both sides of the board. That's the existing ring, lighting circuit, sockets, I don't know what that goes to, but 16 amp, central heating, and then cooker. So yeah, we can use this board, so that's fine. So as I say, all I'm going to do is put my own circuits in here. Yeah, and then I don't have to worry about extending existing circuits, signing all that all off and stuff like that, because some of the other wiring here looks a little bit moody, really. So yeah, so that's where we are. Where I'm looking. So this is the kitchen plan. So oven, unit where we've put a double socket, hob with extractor over the top, 2 500s where we put them 2 sockets. And that's where the fridge freezer is going to go, which is the other side of that lump down there. And then breakfast bar, we've put the socket, and then the tumble dryer is going to be underneath. So, and then as I say, we're going to go move on to this side very shortly. Working on this side now, so we're having one double socket here. This is going to be a stud wall because they want to box these pipes in, like I've already said. So that'll be mounted in the plasterboard back box. And then we're going to come along here. We've got a 600 unit to here and a 600 unit to here. So we've got the sink, which underneath we're going to have a water softener. And then underneath the draining board we're going to have a washing machine. And then we're having this 450 unit here. We're having a slimline dishwasher, so that needs a power supply as well. I intend to, and then sorry, in between, and then here we're having a 2-gang socket, and then we're having a power supply for the boiler up the top. So that's going to come from the top. It's then going to go over to a boiler, and then we're going to run the cables up in the ceiling, down in here, through zones, or in the zones, down to underneath the sink where the water softener is going to be, and we're going to have the power supply for that, but also we're going to have the isolator for the washing machine and dishwasher mounted in there as well. So yeah, that's the plan. So we've pretty much chased everything out. We're going to start running some cables now. So yeah, getting there. So this socket is obviously going to go down. It's going to loop down to this one where it's going to go up, and then we're going to go through this wall, through there, through there, and then feed this one here. So just a bit of an update. We've started boxing, cooker, double, fridge, double socket, and then fuse connection unit for tumble dryer. These people, the wall I've been working on, it's a terrace property, and just had a complaint about the noise, complaining about drilling and stuff, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it's a job I've been employed to do, which involves chasing walls, drilling the walls, etc, etc, and then, you know, there's not really much I can do about it, but trying to keep it to a minimum, but unfortunately it does need doing. So I mean, I pretty much finished all the chasing and stuff now, just apart from a little bit. So but yeah, it's just people have, at the moment, with furlough and being off work and stuff like that, people have just got nothing better to do, and unfortunately, you know, people like me are busy and have to work, and that involves making some noise sometimes. So it is what it is. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't have to, but yeah. So I don't know if anyone's seen these quick grommets. I'm probably a bit behind the times, but they're so easy to work with instead of standard grommet. Them grommets there, so what they are, they're like that. So it's got like a beveled edge. Literally just push those straight in like that. How easy is that? I think I bought them from CPC or something like that. Just first time I used them, but yeah, really good. I think they're about £2-3 for 100 or something like that. So yeah, not bad. Right, it's just a little update. Started pulling cables through, need pin and stuff, to give these cables a bit of protection down the wall, but use metal clips and stuff, and they'll go within the capping to prevent premature collapse. Same over there, and then feeds this here. Again, use this, get some capping to cover those over, and then what we're going to have here, this cable is going to come down this wall, and then underneath the sink we're going to have a bank of isolators for water softener, washing machine, dishwasher, and then boiler, which is going to be mounted up there. So we're going to have a bank of isolators there, and then that cable is going to go back up through this wall, through the ceiling, feed this socket here. I don't usually install ring finals, but it's a kitchen, and that's one place that they are pretty handy for, because you know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sockets, plus then some appliances as well, and we'd be running of radials to supply that amount of equipment. So yeah, it is going to be a ring, but I'd rather install a new ring myself and try and balance it the best I can, rather than using this, which is an existing ring in the house, and I think it's the only ring circuit, because the only other socket circuit which I don't know what supplies. So I'd rather install my own ring and balance it the best I can, rather than you know, extending an existing circuit that already supplies another house, and or running like 4 or 5 radials, which is you know, it is what it is. So so yeah, so we've got a little bit more to do. I'll say me, got a little bit more to do, but we are cracking on. Those sockets over there, I'd say the power or supply runs this surface mounted trunk in here, which has got to be continued along to that one there, and then we're going to come out of the side of that up where that leg is going to meet this leg, which is going to come from the socket. It's going to go up and across. Them legs are going to meet, and then they're going to go along in that kitchen. I think the joists run that way to the landing, which is at the top of the stairs, into the front bedroom, across, up into the airing cupboard, and then to the fuse board. So that's the plan. I am back here tomorrow doing the lights, because in there we're having 4 down lights. We're having 4 down lights replacing this bar light here in the main kitchen, and then we're putting a centre light in here and an extractor in there, like I already said earlier. Yeah, we are back tomorrow, but I am back tomorrow. Yeah, I've got to run. There's a new stop tap there, so that needs bonding, so I've got to run main bonding conduct to that. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's getting there. Yeah, so just having a cup of tea. So yeah, not too bad. Difficulty of doing this with one person. There we go. Lovely. What do you do with that super rod, eh? So I've just cut some of the ceiling away because obviously I want to get a cable from this socket over to here where they're going to run along there to the hallway or upstairs landing where I'm going to feed the fuse board. So I've cut some squares out of the ceiling, which is not the neatest, but it's going to be pieced in and then plastered over anyway. So it's not the neatest, but it just when you see old circuits, how they've been installed, it makes you realise why electricians want to install their own circuits or new circuits, because they're hot water pipes, they are central heating pipes, and the cables are pretty much wrapped around them. So yeah, brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I like to start from new, because if any electrician extends that circuit, they're responsible for that. You know, and they're signing on the dotted line to say that the reference method, or the way it's been installed, is satisfactory and in line with the wiring regs. I don't think that is, but yeah, that's why. Right, time's getting on, it's 4:45 now, and yeah, so we've got pretty much everything in. This cable here that runs all the way out there is one of the legs for the ring. We've got to get one more leg down, and tomorrow we're going to rod it that way through that hole. That's going to take us to the landing. We've got a supply in for the extractor, supply in for the oven, hob supply, and then obviously the ring, which then goes up, down, along, up, down, along, up, down, through the wall to there, along there, into that socket, tumble dryer, then goes up within zone, through there, through across there, through there, down into that double, then goes back up, across there, down here, and here we're going to have another bank of isolators for water softener, washing machine, dishwasher, and then boiler, which is going to go back up and over as well. So yeah, and then it goes from there back through there, through that gap in the ceiling there. That's some old cables which need to be taken out. Rodded it over here, comes down here, all needs capping yet, so we're back tomorrow, and then feeds that socket there, back up, cut the ceiling out through the joists, back over to here, and then that's that leg that goes all the way out there. But that's going to be run along here, which basically is going to bring us to the top of that landing, which you can't see because the light's not on. But yeah, brings us to the top of the landing and the fuse board's up there. So I've got a couple of little bits to do to this socket circuit tomorrow, or this ring, just to get that finished, and then yeah, doing the lights, but should be alright tomorrow. Not got a great deal to do, so yeah, what I'll do is I'll pick this story up again tomorrow, or this there'll be a second video which will be for tomorrow. Sorry, it's getting late. Yeah, but this video will end here, and then we'll be back tomorrow, which will be another video. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. First video, KRT Electrical Services, just to give you an idea of what we do on a daily basis, or what I do on a daily basis. And yeah, so hope everyone enjoyed it, and see you soon. Bye. Evening, yo. Kev from KRT. It's the evening after the day before. I've not able to do much recording today, or any recording in fact, because the plumbers have been in, so yeah, it is what it is. So but yeah, this job is now first fixed, so I'll just run through it quickly. So light switch has been brought over from the other side of the wall, operates the down lights, which are now in, and the down lights which are in the extension, but they're not connected yet because it needs to be insulated and boarded. So yeah, new circuit, new ring comes down here within the within zone, down there where it's going to feed an isolator for hob ignition, extractor, which is there, and then it's going to loop out, oh sorry, and the oven, then it's going to loop out, feed that socket then feeds that socket, which then feeds that socket, which then feeds that socket, tumble dryer, up, over, down to that socket, and then over to here, where it's going to have another isolator for a water softener and a washing machine. It then goes back up through there, all the way over to this socket, and then back up and over, and the other leg has been pulled along there, and they're both waiting upstairs in the upstairs bedroom. So yeah, today we did the downlights, so it's 4 downlights in here, and then we've run the cables there, 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 and there, and that's my diagram with the measurements, ready for that. As I said, I've got a 2-way switch in here, which has been run to there, a bit of 3-core on earth, so just in case the client comes in this back door, they can turn the lights on, so that's all good. And then in the little shower room, we have got centre light, IP rated centre light already. We put a light switch on the outside here, and then we've got shave socket, and then extractor is going to go up there. So yeah, overall good couple of days work. Yeah, it looks a bit rough at the moment, but that's just what it is. So it's all surface mounted along there. That's going to build behind units, and then it's either going to be tiled or splashback or skimmed. So all I've made good with is, or repaired it with, is some bonding. Put the sockets, plastic boxes in, so get a nice sort of sharp finish around the outlets and stuff, and then yeah, so not too bad really. Not sure the second fix this, because we're waiting on the builder to obviously get all of this done, all this shell done. So once all this is insulated, boarded, then I'll come back, do the lights, Yeah, I'm waiting for obviously all of that to be dot and dabbed. Yeah, so I don't know when I'll be back here, but that'll be another video anyway. But yeah, overall, good couple of days work. Yeah, it's what it is. So that's about it really. So I'll guess that's it. Gonna go home now. So we'll see you soon. Bye.